Come, little children, come with me. Safe and happy you will be. And come with me. Safe and happy you will be. Away from home, now let us run. With Hypno you'll have so. It's time for you to go to sleep. Little children, you were not clever. Now you'll stay with me forever.
They taste so good. And when we consume these foods, our brain's reward center activates and it releases the chemical dopamine. Dopamine makes us feel good and we really like it. So we actually, when we overconsume these foods, our brains become overwhelmed with the pleasurable experiences that we're having. So our brain's pretty clever and it adapts. It creates more receptors for dopamine. And what happens then is that we need more of these foods to get the same kick out of them. Our brain is basically hardwired to seek and want these foods, but we're building up a tolerance to them, so we eat more. So we're basically becoming sugar junkies.
There are primarily three things you need to watch out for: carbs, sugar, and wheat, especially sugar.
In general, sugar and highly refined carbohydrates are one of the biggest villains to your brain health and brain function.
Rise in blood sugar is accompanied by insulin and glucagon, a hormone produced by the pancreas. Because fat and fiber is removed from refined carbs, they digest extremely quickly, which causes your insulin and blood sugar levels to spike.
Regular sugar intake is associated with many health issues which negatively affect the brain. Refined sugar increases inflammation, disrupting the immune and digestive system. Chronic inflammation increases the risk of schizophrenia and depression.
Individuals suffering from this condition also experiences suicidal tendencies now and then, as a result of which he may often think about suicide, plan it, or even attempt it. As the individuals suffering from psychotic depression don't usually open up or admit that they need help, it becomes difficult to diagnose this condition in early stages.
So when you put sugar into your body, it actually crystallizes around your collagen. So if you imagine your collagen is like a fishing net, and the sugar goes in and kind of crystallizes and hardens and then snaps the collagen. So if you're doing that all the time and putting that into your body, all of your collagen's breaking down. So that's the thing that holds your support system of your skin together, and it is what stops you looking old. Collagen's the thing that stops you looking wrinkled.
The first people I interviewed described depression as a slower way of being dead.
When you consume too much sugar in your diet, the sugar gets absorbed from the intestine, goes through the portal circulation straight to the liver. The liver is the only organ that can metabolize that molecule fructose. The fructose overwhelms the liver's capacity to be able to metabolize it, and the liver has no choice but to take the excess and turn it into liver fat. And we now have the data that shows that when the liver turns what it's being exposed to into liver fat, that is the signal driver of insulin resistance. That's what drives heart disease. That's what drives fatty liver disease. And ultimately, that's what drives this phenomenon called metabolic syndrome. That is, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, lipid problems, cardiovascular disease, cancer, or dementia.
In this lab, the belief now is that Alzheimer's is really diabetes of the brain, linked to insulin levels, which can be affected by too much sugar.
Since B12 is found in animal products, if you are a vegan or a vegetarian who does not consume enough eggs or dairy products, it is likely that you will not get enough vitamin B12, Mood swings, especially feelings of apathy or lack of motion, are also things to be aware of. Other symptoms of long-term chronic B12 deficiency can include depression, neurological and neuropsychiatric conditions.
These are the psychotic symptoms, so delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech, and disorganized or catatonic behavior. Delusions are false beliefs that the person might feel very strongly about, so much so that they won't change their mind, even if you give them evidence against it. A third type is disorganized speech, an example being something like a word salad, which seems like just a random jumbling of words or phrases.
Responses to social situations. For example, a person with schizophrenia may have trouble organizing their thoughts, which can have an effect on communication. They may develop behaviors that are odd and different from others.
What is delayed echolalia? Delayed echolalia is the repetition of verbal messages that were previously heard and which are repeated after a time delay of a few minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, or years.
Answer the question, 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 answer the question. Hope that answered your question.